Welcome to the Daily Tea on September 10th, 2021. First, let's go to Washington in the United States. The former US president apparently wants to sell the leasing rights to the pompous hotel. And what if he should be re-elected in 2024? Pinnacles and bay windows, bows and gold letters, plus a mighty bell tower towering over Pennsylvania Avenue. Even though he officially resided in the White House, the actual place where US President Donald Trump paid homage for 4 years was 10 minutes walk away, the Trump International Hotel. He held court there in Washington's former main post office building, which was similar to a palace, and diplomats, lobbyists and fans alighted here to please their king or even to catch a glimpse of him. Critics always accused Trump of abusing his office to increase his private fortune and, to a certain extent, forcing petitioners from near and far to rent from him. The president didn't care, like usual. However, since he lost his position to Joe Biden, the heyday of the Noble Hotel is over. Many people can no longer afford the around $700 a room costs at least per night, and the pandemic is likely to play a role as well. Therefore, Trump now apparently wants to sell the leasing rights to the 122-year-old building to a real estate developer, who in turn is supposed to look for a new operator. If the question remains where he wants to reside, he should actually run again in 2024 in the presidential election, and he might even win. We all don't want that. Because one thing Trump will certainly not want to be: a king without a castle. And now let's go to Düsseldorf in Germany. Chancellor Angela Merkel is leaving office with a clear conscience after the federal elections. She said, "I think that I have made my contribution, and anyone who has not yet understood it will not understood it in the next 4 years either," said Merkel on Wednesday at a discussion in the Düsseldorfer Schauspielhaus. The Chancellor spoke there with the Nigerian writer Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. In the discussion, Merkel again refused to be called the last defender of the Free West. "You should refrain from any excesses," she clarified. "Fortunately, there are a lot of people who feel connected to democracy, and of course, I am pleased." And now, let's go to London in the United Kingdom. For a documentary film about Prince Philip, who died in April at the age of 99, members of the British royal family gave rare insights into their emotions and thoughts. As the BBC announced on Wednesday, Queen Elizabeth II even opened her private film archive and private rooms of Philip's in Buckingham Palace for the project. In the documentary entitled "The Royal Family Remembers, come with Prince Charles, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward, all 4 children of the Queen, and their prince consorts to have their say. Prince William and Harry and other Philip grandchildren are also interviewed. The film contains touching memories, lots of humor, and numerous fresh insights into the character and legacy of this royal pioneer, it said in the BBC announcement. The film is scheduled to air on September 22nd on BBC One. And now, let's go to Stockholm in Sweden. The surprising comeback of the pop group ABBA has kept users of the Google search engine quite busy. Within the past 7 days, searches for "what does ABBA look like today," "ABBA separation reason," "ABBA pairs," and "pre-order ABBA album 2021" rose by more than 5,000%, as Google announced on Wednesday. The Swedish pop band, which celebrated great success especially in the 1970s, announced last week that they would be back on stage together. Not in person, but as avatars. The band also announced a new album entitled Voyage. Google also announced who had been typed the most on the search engine by members over the past week. In first place was Agneta Fältskog. Behind them came in order Annifrid Lyngstad, Björn Ulvaeus and Benny Andersson. And now let's go to Los Angeles in the United States. The actress Lily Collins, you might know her from Emily in Paris, got married. "What began as a fairy tale is now my reality forever," wrote the 32-year-old British woman on Instagram. She also shared photos of her and her husband, director Charlie McDowell, probably you know him from The One I Love, and both of them hugging and kissing. In the pictures, Collins is wearing a high-necked lace wedding dress. McDowell also published the wedding pictures on Instagram and wrote, "I have married the most generous, attentive and beautiful person I've ever known." And now let's go to Berlin in Germany. For the first time since Michael Schumacher's serious skiing accident 8 years ago, his wife Corinna gave insights into life afterwards with a Formula One record world champion. "It is very clear that I miss Michael every day, and not just me, the children, the family, his father, everyone around him. Everyone misses him," says Corinna Schumacher in a Netflix documentary about the race driver. In the film Schumacher, which will be available from September 15th, the Kerpner's unique career is highlighted, but the tragedy in December 2013 is not left out either. "I've never blamed God for this and why this happened now. It was just really bad luck. You can't have more bad luck in life," says Corinna Schumacher. Shortly before the events in the French Alps, her husband said to her, "The snow is not ideal, we could fly to Dubai." Schumacher had suffered a traumatic brain injury in a fall despite a helmet and was in mortal danger. Nothing more is known about Schumacher's exact state of health. "We live together at home, we treat, we do everything so that Michael is better and doing well and that he simply feels our family's solidarity," says Corinna Schumacher. And now, once again, let's go to Los Angeles. TV star and young entrepreneur Kylie Jenner has announced her second pregnancy with a video. The 24-year-old shared a clip on Instagram in which she holds a positive pregnancy test in that picture and shows her round belly. The video also shows daughter Stormy giving her grandmother Kris Jenner an envelope with ultrasound images. The rapper Travis Scott can be seen hugging Jenner's stomach and driving with her and Stormy to the doctor. Stormy was born in 2018 and is Jenner and Scott's first child. The couple separated in 2019, but according to media reports, they got closer again last year. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Bis gleich.